Hello YouTube, SentinalhMC here, and welcome back to Big Pharma. So in our last episode, which was the first episode, we created a couple of cures. Just to briefly recap, we created a basic painkiller, the Ache Buster, which currently has a rating of B+, because it is 100% effective and has no side effects. We created an Ease Migraine cure, which is our Migraine Crusher, which has also a B+ rating because, once again, it has a 100% effectiveness and it has no side effects. We basically lucked into the maximum effectiveness of the ingredient. Then we made the Allergy Crusher, which is an antihistamine, which has a side effect of narrowing pupils. It currently has a D rating, however, because although it has a C+ reaction soothe rating, so it's only about 50% effective at relieving allergies. It's got 36 pupils narrowed, so it's about half of the people that get cured get a side effect. So it's got a D overall of a D rating. It's making us $50 in profit, so it's not the best. It's our lowest profiting drug. Then we've got the Snore Buddy, which alleviates insomnia, which is another level 2 cure. However, after being administered, well, it's only been administered 17 times, 18, 19, and 20, it only appears to be a little less, it appears to be less than 50% effective. So the cure rating is probably going to either stay at C, go to C+, or hopefully it doesn't go down. But it is a decently profitable drug. As you can see from this readout, even a C-rated level 2 cure is actually making us more profit than a B+ rated level 1 cure. So these basic cures, they don't produce a whole lot of profit. Their margins are lower. Although the value of this drug is significantly higher, yet the processing costs have cut the profit quite a bit. But hopefully we'll be able to reduce our processing costs. We just need to acquire some upgrade points. What are we currently researching? We're researching the ionizer. That's going to be done in 13 days. I want to hire another scientist, and I just want to leave him here so that he can gain us some stuff. It's been, I don't know how long it's been. It hasn't been a year yet because this bar isn't filled up by 3 yet. We're probably going to make it to our appetite suppressants. So anyway, if we check the cures, to just remind ourselves what we have to do, we need to acquire the ingredient that will calm acid reflux. Then we need to upgrade it to alleviate stomach ulcers. Then we need to upgrade it with a high-level machine, the autoclave, into an appetite suppressant. And then we need to supply 500 units of this appetite suppressant. So we could end up making multiple lines for this in the end. That's going to be a very large line, but this is our goal for finishing this this mission. Also, in the last episode, the demand for antihistamines has gone down due to a world event. So unfortunately, that's not so good. But it's still making us a decent profit. So what are we doing now? Let's go to our ingredients tab and see what we'll do in this episode. So I'm pretty sure we're using all of these now. No, I don't think... Are we using this? Did we make cold symptoms? I don't think we did. So these are acidic hypocryolate crystal. And we're not currently importing that. So we could totally make that, make some cold symptoms. Because we're currently limited by the number of ingredients that we have available. We have to wait for this guy to get this one out, which will give us some body response. But we haven't found, none of these here appear to have the digestion that we need. So we need to research desert expeditions as soon as we can. I don't know if I want to hire another explorer, so we'll just keep that guy doing his thing. We'll start up the time. And now that we own this room, we can purchase this room or this room. And I think I'm going to purchase this room. It's a nice size room. Now, I've also gone ahead before this episode, and I've painted my belts. So painting belts is not necessary. It only costs $5 per belt. But what I've done is...
New ingredient discovered.
Okay. What I've done is I have painted the belts after the machine that upgrades the cure into the next level, blue. Just to help me remember which part in this line is actually upgrading the cure.
Research complete.
So obviously you can paint stuff however you want, you can paint the building however you want, but anyway, we'll just leave it at that. So we've now got reformed Regia oil, so we may actually use this instead. It's cheaper than the hypoacrylate crystal, and it treats diabetes. Okay, so it treats diabetes, and we can upgrade it to cure hyperthyroidism with the ionizer, which we also just acquired. So now you have the ionizer, which is another machine. The ionizer reduces concentration of drugs by 3, so it's the opposite of the agglomerator, and it costs the same amount to process. Now you've got 2 scientists, and they're both earning us some research points. I want to earn some research points before we research desert expeditions, which we can do, because I want to reduce the cost of some of these machines that we're using here. So let's go back to production. We'll start time just so we can continue to earn money and our research points. And let's go ahead and import our reformed Regia oil. Now, I don't even want to make a diabetes treatment. I think I want to go straight to hyperthyroidism so that we can start making some big money on it. So in order to do that, we have to raise our concentration to 10, and then run it through an ionizer, which will drop it down to 7, and then we have to raise it back up to 11 in order to activate it. And if we look at the ingredient, we can see that in a concentration of 11, it is going to induce nausea. And we can't remove that side effect, so unfortunately it just lines up perfectly where we can't get rid of that side effect. Okay, so let's get started on this. Gotta see what it imports at. It imports at 6, and we have to get it up to 10, so that's fine. Do I have any more machines just laying around? No, I don't. Okay, so we have to go up by 4. Now, the cheapest way to do this is actually to use 4 evaporators, because 3 evaporators is currently cheaper to run, costing $30, than 1 agglomerator, even though 4 of these actually cost less than 1 of these as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that, because I think we have enough room in this room to actually do that. I think I want to go like this to begin with. And that's 2. And then we can do 3 and go 4. I think that uses up the least amount of space overall in this room. So as we can see, the belts are running. This is currently at 7 adamantine crystals. Reminds me of Wolverine. Now they're up to 8. This will get it to 9, and this will get it to 10. So once we are at 10, then we need to run it through an ionizer. Ooh, let's go to our ingredients page, because we now have an ingredient point. So now what we can do with this upgrade point is we can reduce the cost of one of these ingredients, and we generally want to reduce the cost of the one that costs the most. Although we are importing, let's see, which one is it? This is the fly quartz. This is antihistamine. This is also antihistamine. Okay, so we are currently importing the antihistamine twice. So if we reduce the cost of this one, it'll actually be twice as effective, because we have two lines using it. Although we are going to cancel that earlier line probably later. So we are going to go ahead and upgrade the most expensive one, and that'll bring it in line with the rest of them. And we're going to wait until we have another upgrade point, and then we're going to research this one, because psychological drugs give a very good profit, and we want this catalyst, and I'll explain catalyst later. We currently have 2 upgrade points. We're about to have a 3rd one for these, so that's great. I do want to upgrade the evaporators because we have a lot of them. I also want to upgrade the agglomerator because we're using one. Now it takes 2 upgrades to the agglomerator or the ionizer before they are cheaper than the equal number of evaporators. So you don't have to ever upgrade the evaporators or the dissolvers if you can wait long enough, you can to give 2 upgrades to the other machines, then you can just switch to those and it'll be cheaper. So that's that. We could also upgrade our pill printer in order to give us a $2 bonus to the price of our cures. However, I think I'm going to upgrade the... I'm only using 1 dissolver, but I'm going to upgrade the ionizer once because I am going to be using it now. These guys produce upgrade points actually really fast.
A competitor has released a new product.
Okay, this guy released diabetes relief, which is fine for me because I am not treating diabetes with this drug. I am upgrading it straight to hyperthyroidism. So let's see how we can fit this machine in. Can't fit it there. However, we could put it right here. I think I'm packing this in a lot more than it probably needs to be packed in, but I want to try and get better at making these more compact. So this is at 10. So let's see, if we hit belt C, does that mean that when we make a new belt, it'll... Okay, so now we're curing hypothyroidism. However, we do need to upgrade this by 4 more to get it up to actually being active. So we are going to go ahead and chuck it through some more evaporators just because we have the room to do it, and it's still technically cheaper. 1, 2... That's... we don't need to do that. Here we are. 3... And I'm going to grab my paint, and I'm going to paint these belts again. So this is actually the most compact assembly line I've ever built. There are no gaps between these. Now,
new world event.
So I think that's pretty darn good. Let's see what this world event is. The unusually damp summer has come to an end. Okay, so that's the end of low pollen levels. Now we've got exolite crystals, and over here we have activated hyperthyroidism, but we are also inducing nausea. We'll have to see what the ratio is between these, and then maybe run it through some more stuff to make it better if we need to. So now let's go ahead and chuck it through a pill printer. We need 2 of them, of course, because each of these machines runs at 1, and the pill printers run at... they take 2 days to process. Alright, there we go. So now let's go ahead and paint these. And you know, I may paint these belts a different color, although, no, I won't, because it'll let me check very quickly what level of cure that I'm exporting on the belt. So now we are selling an exolite pill.
Product name required.
And it's going to be called Hyperthyroidism Buddy. Okay, maybe that's the first pill that we should actually rename. Let's rename this to something more interesting. The Sandorex Hyper... Hyper Normal. There we go. Because you have hyperthyroidism, this pill will make you will make it normal. So the thyroid slowed is currently 2 out of 3. 4, 2 out of 4. 2 out of 5. Uh-oh. Alright, we'll see how this goes, but I'm getting the feeling that this might not be all that good. I don't think we can get rid of that side effect, however. The inducing nausea effect cannot be removed from the regular oil. Okay, so we got some more upgrade points, so let's go ahead and spend them. We will reduce the cost of the fly quartz. It's percentage based, which is why you usually want to go with the one that's the most expensive that you're using.
A competitor has released a new product.
Oh, what's he doing? Biotic inhibitor. So he's just released an antibiotic, I believe, which is a level 2 over here. Because the more expensive one of these is, the more of a discount you'll get. Okay, so now we've spent all of our points. We're going to need 2 points to upgrade any of these. So instead, let's go ahead and we need a second. We do need a second explorer now. Let's go ahead and research. This is a liver medication, psychological. We need 3 for that, so let's do the liver. Because I don't want to hire 3 of them at the moment. So they'll research that. It'll give us our first green catalyst, and we'll explain catalysts once we start using them. So we've got 3 more research points. Let's go ahead and start up research on the desert expeditions because we're going to need that quick. And let's spend these upgrade points. So I can upgrade my... I'm not using dissolvers. Like, I'm only using 1 of them, so I don't even care to upgrade that. I'm using tons of evaporators. Let's go ahead and upgrade our pill printer just to give ourselves... Because we have 3 points to spend, but these all require 2, so we can't... Well, we'll save a point because we're almost to the 4th one. So we'll upgrade our agglomerator a second time, which the processing cost is now 29, which means that we can use 1 of these in place of 3 of these, and we can actually make it slightly cheaper. I mean slightly cheaper. I shouldn't have spent the point in the evaporator, but you can't take points back out, so it's fine. So now research is progressing on desert expeditions. We are currently unlocking a green catalyst, and then as soon as desert expeditions is unlocked, I will get as many explorers as I need to get whichever one of these 4 is actually going to help with digestion. Alright. Now, I may actually hire another guy. But no, we need 2 for these, so I'm not going to hire 2 more guys. We're going to wait for that to go. Alright, so let's check our company page. Let's see how we're doing now. Our hyperthyroidism cure is a C+, so it's not great, but it's not bad. The overall rating is a C because the nausea is a D. It looks like about half the people that take it get the symptom, which isn't great.
A competitor has released a new product.
It's not terrible. Dang, this guy's been releasing new stuff all over the place. So he just released an antihistamine. His hyperthyroidism cure is exactly the same as ours. It's the same exact thing. So, whatever. That was our page, never mind. His antihistamine is a C rating right now. He sold 4 of them. He's got A ratings on easing migraines and painkillers, which we also do. So, those are right along. You can see those are doing really well. Alright, so let's go to production. And let's see what else we can do. So we've still got another ingredient we haven't used yet. We just reduced its cost, which is nice. And let's see, which of these rooms do we want to get? I don't like this room because of how weird shaped it is. However, we are going to end up needing quite a large area. So I think investing in this room and then later buying this room when we get there, or even this room because there's 3 ports, is actually going to be quite nice. Because once we get up to these high-level cures, we're going to need to fit some expensive stuff in there. Although it doesn't look like we need any catalysts to actually make this. But if we wanted to, for instance, upgrade our easing migraines into a... what is this? Anti-seizure. Then we need a green catalyst, which we are upgrading, which means we need a mixer, which means we don't actually have access to that stuff. So let's go ahead and we will... Which one of these do I want to import the ingredient? I want to import the ingredient into this one. And these guys are actually 72% pretty done with that, so I might be able to just wait. We'll speed up time. I am making quite a bit of cash. Let's check our objective. Yeah, see, we're getting about... We've only got 2 more years to get master. Let's wait until these guys are finished, because I don't really care about soothing cold symptoms and making antibiotics. Yeah, I don't really care. It'd be nice to get blood, because the blood medications are quite profitable even at the lower level, which means that at the higher level they're going to be very
Research complete.
Alright. Research is finished. We have desert expeditions. So those 2 guys can go to do something else. We're going to wait for that upgrade point, and then we're going to have them research basic auxiliary, because we need
new ingredient
the
discovered.
mixer. We now have the Ameliso Air, which... Wow. Holy cow, that is one crazy ingredient. let me pause to just talk about this ingredient. Holy goodness. So this ingredient has 2 side effects, 3 side effects, and 1 cure. Now, to get the level 1 cure active, you will have both of these side effects unless you choose to remove one. Easiest one to remove being encourages anxiety. It's kind of funny to think, will creating a cure that encourages anxiety actually allow us to sell more of a cure for anxiety? I don't know. That's a bit evil. Let's see. Lung medication, that's psychological. Digestion, sexual health, and skin. Okay, so there's the digestion one, the jewel fly. That is the one that's going to let us calm acid reflux. That is the one we need. So you guys need to go and get me the jewel fly. So that we can do that. Dang, I've never seen something like this. So another thing about this ingredient is that it has a green catalyst and a blue catalyst. And the way these work is that if we go to the Cures tab, in order to upgrade the eases migraine into the anti-seizure, you need to add a green catalyst and then run it through an agglomerator. And the way you do that is by using the multi-mixer. We now have our second upgrade, so we're going to do this, which is over here. So it'll mix 2 ingredients together, and it will give you both the side effects and cures of whatever it is you're putting on there. However, because there are so many, all the 4 slots are filled on this ingredient, it is going to be overwritten by other things, or the other things aren't really added. This is crazy. Like, this is nuts. You are going to want to remove a couple of these. At least this one. See, you can't remove the anxiety if you want the green catalyst effect. So these go hand in hand. If you're going to use the green catalyst effect, you need to keep the encourages anxiety side effect, at least until after you have catalyzed the reaction. With this urinary retention one, which is a blue catalyst, you could get rid of this. You'd only have to reduce the concentration by 1 and then run it through a cryogenic condenser. The problem with that is that it's a very high-end machine. Holy cow, that's one crazy ingredient. Upgrade to combats liver disease with a dissolver and a green catalyst, which it already has. It has a built-in green catalyst, which means you don't have to worry about that. Now, man, this is nuts, though. Trying to use this ingredient is going to be crazy. Let's put this back on. And go and upgrade our ionizer again, so that now these are cheaper than the evaporators and dissolvers. Let's go back to the production line, and then we are going to pause this, and we are going to upgrade these lines. So wherever we have 3 or more evaporators, we are going to replace them with agglomerators because they are now better. So that means over here, we're not going to sell them. We're going to get half our money back, and we might still want to use these later on if we don't want to use an agglomerator for something. Just put them over here. They don't cost any money just sitting around. They only cost money when they are actually operating. So that's nice. So we'll chuck an agglomerator in here. We can actually chuck it right there. And then just route the belt over there. And now when we start it back up, it is going to reduce our profits a little bit because the line has an empty spot. But it won't be too bad. So nothing has changed about this cure. It's still exactly the same as it always was. It's easing migraines. And as soon as we run it through the dissolver, it can no longer be concentrated. Excellent. So this one, much more complex to upgrade. Well, not really. Let's see, can we upgrade all? Can we replace all these? There's 3, and there's 3. So we can get rid of all of these and replace them with agglomerators. So let's start by just moving these out of the way. 2, and a third one, which we will plop up here. Well, yeah, this'll work. Okay, so let's buy another agglomerator. We shouldn't have any problem doing this. What's going to happen now is that the strength on this is going to be 1 higher when it goes through the dissolver, but that shouldn't have any effect on it. What's going on? Oh. It's your phone. Oh, it's because we don't have... Oh, come on! Somebody answer the phone. I can't do it. Why is nobody answering that phone? Okay, now this shouldn't be a problem. Yep, it's not a problem at all. We're still alleviating insomnia when it comes out the other side. It does have a different name now. I don't think that matters. It's 7 when it goes in here, and this one was already increasing from... This is increasing from 7 to 8. 8 to 9. And 10. 10 to 11. Wait. Oh crap! We messed it up. These aren't actually doing anything. Because we're missing 1 evaporator. So I screwed that up. But we can, of course, fix it. No problem at all. So we have some useless pills coming through. I don't actually want these to get where they're going. They've already been fixed. So we're just going to go ahead and delete the belts that we're sitting on. There's absolutely no point in actually doing that, unless you're crazy like me. 1 more of the useless pills. There we go. So there is a bit of a problem where I miscalculated. But that's all fixed up, and now our Snore Buddy is once...
New World Event.
There goes Snore Buddy. Snore Buddy's back in action. World Event. Demand for non-prescription painkillers is down after a teenage girl dies from a freak allergic reaction, even though events like this one could be rare, public confidence to be severely not. Now what that means is that demand for my painkiller has declined. Not by much, but by a little bit. So the amount of money that we can charge has gone down from 100, just over 100, to it looks like about 90. So we are losing a little bit of our profit from our painkiller by about 10, I think. Dang, this antihistamine.
Product name required.
This antihistamine is really terrible. Oh, the new round of anti-insomnia pills are actually slightly different. I don't know what happened back there. That's...
A competitor has released a new product.
That's fine, let's do it anyway. Alright, so there we go. So the Snore More and Snore Buddy are technically exactly the same. It's just that, well, this has a slightly higher concentration, which who knows, might actually make it better because this concentration wasn't all that good. It wasn't being all that effective. This one seems to be more effective. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed our enjoyed it. Now that next episode, this is gonna be crazy. The next episode, we will have our digestion medication ingredients, and we will produce our digestion medication. And who knows, maybe we can get master rank on this. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for future episodes in the series. As always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Comments and likes of course, help me gauge interaction in the more of the series. So anyway, I've been SentinalH, and I'm signing out.